Welcome to Coding Green Robots. I'm Matthew Patience.
And I'm Greg Karen.
So today is episode 6. We took a little bit of a break for about a month. We're back now, and we got a really cool episode planned out for you.
Yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about game development for noobs. We didn't really want to say the word noob, but this is going to be your basic Java. Matt's going to go through. We're going to build a basic 2D game. He's going to show you the controls. I'm going to talk about a lot of the design and how to design for tablets, both form factors. So we'll get into that.
Yeah, and it's just going to focus on nice 2D development. I'll explain things from a way that makes it simple to understand for someone who's not so great with development and just kind of beginning. But advanced people might learn a thing or two as well. Who are coming from just straight application development. So, as usual, we're both part of Moby Cartel. That's our development team. So I'm the lead developer. So I'm going to be showing you the programming today.
And like I said, I'll be showing you a lot of the design. We're going to go through the app. So we're here tonight in downtown Toronto at Hearth TV Studios. We have friends in the building. They have a couple of shows that they go throughout the week. Sunday nights we have at 9 o'clock we have the Sean Ward show. So check that out. Real cool guy. And Wednesday nights we have the Nat and Marie show. Really good, entertainment, live internet, just Ustream. So we've been doing this show for a while now. This is our 6th show, so things are going real well, and we're excited to go and show you both sides of Android, the coding and the design. So.
Right on. So we're going to get into things here with actually kind of showing something new that we developed over the past week, which is our Coding Green Robots app. And up here on my screen, we've got the market link here for the Coding Green Robots app. So what this app kind of does is, we didn't implement too many features, just a version 1 for us, just to kind of, so users can, check out the latest schedule. It'll show you past episodes, link you to the Ustream. It'll also show you what episodes are coming up. It's got the location of the studio, so if you're on your way here and you forgot where it is, you can check it out there. Or if you just like creeping us. And then also on there, it's got bios, mini bios for me and Greg. And
a couple of links for some of the sponsors, that Hearth TV Studios and Radio Android. So
the awesome feature as well, we have a feedback form in there. You can send feedback to us, suggestions, questions. We'll answer if you put an email address in there. And so that sends us directly to us. So, go ahead, download. We'll put the market link right into the chat room. And we hope you enjoy that.
So, we were thinking, we wanted to build just a basic app, just a informative. I know some of the info is already on the website, but we wanted to, push out an APK, get you guys to download it so that, later on if we want to do, a list or some sort of, email or notification for a lot of our sessions, and we can put more data. I think might do some sharing or some sort of social things with the app. So we'll add in more features, but we really wanted to get it out there for you guys. So we've had a couple changes here. We're obviously sitting down. We stood up for probably 4 of the sessions.
I was way too tall.
yeah, there's a height difference slightly. No, we're set up. We have a nice high-res stream now. A couple things have changed, so we're excited. We've got our spy cam set up here for our tablet. So we'll be going through. We have, obviously me and Matt have both. I got the 10-inch Galaxy Tab from I/O, so we'll be demoing the app on that.
Cool. So we're going to start off things like we did last episode with our news section. And so we got a couple of topics that we kind of pulled from Google I/O that Greg recently attended, so he's going to have some awesome insight on that. Many of you may have attended yourselves and got an awesome Galaxy Tab there as well. So we're going to be talking about, I guess we'll start things off by talking about the Android development kit that they announced there during the keynote, and that they had a session there on as well. So the Android accessory development kit basically allows really anyone to be able to create accessories for Android phones. Before, you could create stuff, but you couldn't interact with it through USB, which is the main functionality here that the accessory development kit opens up to you. Before, you weren't able to send information through the USB because it didn't act as a host. So now it opens up that functionality and lets you develop applications through both software they include in the Android SDK and hardware. So the cool thing that they've included is this Arduino board that also comes with some actual hardware from that Google designed as well that includes input and output kind of sensors there. They have a temperature sensor. They have lights, they have joystick on it. So there's all these different kind of things you can mess around with on this board that you can purchase. I have a link here that I'm going to post in the chat room that actually shows you places where you can actually buy these boards and also gives you some nice information on it. So Greg's going to talk a little bit more about that and expand on what I just told you about.
Okay, so what they've done is the hardware. I want to talk about the hardware side. It's based on Arduino, so there's a lot of, like Matt said, a lot of input outputs, the LEDs. So what you're doing is you're writing, code, Java code, right on the board, and it allows you to add, let's say, like a mouse or a keyboard or a thumb drive. But the coolest part about this is that, you don't have to look at these things as, necessarily phones, smartphones, or even tablets. These can be like just devices in general. And these devices can be linked to the internet. You can put a Ethernet wireless shield on top of the hardware to allow it to connect to the internet. Really soon they're going to be embedding the Bluetooth support. So you can actually send data to your Android device. You have to think of it as, building these small little, hardware components. So if you wanted to build, let's say, a small little robot or a car, now you're going to be able to send signals that allow, let's say the car to drive. So you'd have a left and a right, stuff like that. So it really allows like the do-it-yourself, electricians, kind of hobbyists to, build these, robots or build these other types of, stuff that interacts in the real world. So,
and not even hobbyist stuff. I mean, this stuff, a lot of it's marketable, and you will find a lot of this stuff. I'm sure in the over the next year, you'll find this stuff in stores. Stuff that uses the open accessory development tools. You'll be able to purchase this stuff for your phone, and you can check out some of the videos that they from the keynote at I/O. They showed a cool. What was a cool treadmill machine that actually interacted with your device, and you actually played a game by it was a cycle, wasn't it?
Yeah, what they had is they had a tablet that controlled a big. It was a big board. It was a 20-foot plateau, and it had the labyrinth game. So it actually had like a bowling ball, and as you tilted using the device's accelerometer, you could actually move this ball into the certain holes, and it was actually really cool. So it shows that we're taking these real world type devices and we're adding interaction, we're adding ways for developers. Before, if you wanted to do like a a car garage kind of system, a opening, you'd have to hack it. You'd have a lot of code, maybe a lot of different hardware to connect. Now with these Android / Arduino boards, making stuff like that, developing stuff like that would be a lot easier. There's going to be a lot of code online. Everybody's going to jump on this. I think it's going to get a lot bigger. Once more devices come out, these devices you can attach an LCD monitor, a small little Samsung LCD, and there you go. You have your own little Android-powered device that could do maybe a gaming thing or something specific, but. It's something to definitely think about. And
it's definitely out of the box for Google. I really like it,
Yeah, they were very excited. So developers, at I/O, it's all the developers there. So they kind of, I skipped out on one session. The session was a C++ gaming, session. And I was like, no, maybe I won't go. Maybe I'll go to something else. I ended up skipping out, and they gave everybody in the room one of these 80K kits with the hardware. Yeah. So you saw everybody coming out, and you're like, oh. But no, we found them online. I'll post a link in the chat room there when Matt's talking from Cduino, which some of the third-party makers, the hardware manufacturers, are coming out with these little kits. Some of them were more expensive, along the $240, $250. These ones are actually $80, and I found ones for maybe like $65. So there are going to be these other third parties. The biggest thing is that Arduino such an extensible platform that you can actually have all these different shields. You can put an RC, a radio controlled kind of thing. You can do the drones, the flying kind of airplanes. So now you can actually put stuff like that. Maybe put a camera. So it's pretty exciting stuff. I think we're gonna look into it and maybe later on and buy a kit and start playing around and just see. I think it's cool for the demos, cool for Android. So.
Right on. So another awesome topic they had at I/O that we've talked about on the show before was NFC. We actually talked quite a bit about it on the show. Brought some equipment in. We do ourselves do some NFC development, and so they just kind of really showed a lot of code at I/O about how to actually use NFC, and they kind of just try to show people how simple it is and all the different ideas you come up with. They displayed a whole bunch of different types of apps in one session. Greg will post the video for you in the chat room showing the actual session where they talked about NFC. And Greg's going to tell you about a cool new app that Google's put out that actually is kind of pushing NFC, because it's not big right now. It's not huge. I can't say you'd make a lot of money off it right now, but you do want to get right on it before it does become popular, so you're in there and you're one of the big players that is actually playing with new technology, because it will get popular for sure. They were talking about at I/O putting out I guess over 10 new devices this year will have NFC. We've already got the Nexus S, which is out here in Canada, for example. It's on 4 carriers, I think.
Rogers tell us, yeah.
Right, so it's it's going to be pretty awesome. So you want to talk about Google Wallet?
Well, first I want to give a little bit of background with this NFC stuff that Google's really pushing. Like Matt said, the Nexus S is currently the main device that has this functionality. But the thing at I/O that they were really pushing were they gave little little tags that everybody could kind of test out. So in the NFC session, they really talked about the next version of Android, which is Ice Cream Sandwich, which is a merge of a little bit of honeycomb and a little bit of gingerbread. So what they're going to do is enable more advanced APIs for the NFC. NFC has different characteristics. You can either use it as a passive tag, so that you were if you were at a restaurant or something and you wanted to get information, and the restaurant had different coupons, or if they had a video or some kind of promotional material, that'd be something that you could touch your phone to and receive that link or receive that types of information. They also have the P2P, where you have 2 devices. Actually, Angry Birds just released a new version called Magic, and I guess it runs on NFC, where if you have Angry Birds and you touch this other device, it's actually working right now in Nokia's 2 N8 devices. And if you touch it, it'll unlock levels.
Oh.
So it's more of a gaming,
cool.
Yeah, it's a gaming P2P NFC type thing. NFC's been around for a long time. It's been in Japan. It's actually coming over now. But the best part is that Google got a hold of it. So they're now Google's an open platform. A lot of developers. We're really strong, and I think they're going to start building a lot of interaction around these, device to device, as well as, obviously the mobile e-commerce kind of section. So that'll segue into the new thing that Google just announced last week, which was Google Wallet. Google Wallet is essentially a virtual wallet, obviously for your Android device. So what Google is going to do is you're going to be able to add your credit cards to this virtual device, and you're going to have a Google prepaid card, or you'll have, I guess it's a Citi MasterCard that they've joined with. And they've joined with Citi MasterCard and First Data to close that loop of, there are 300,000 locations that they have this PayPass. MasterCard is big with PayPass, so you go to Tim Hortons or you go to get gas and you can touch your MasterCard. Well, what Google's done is, I think the trials will start in New York, San Francisco. Unfortunately, once again, we're not going to be getting this technology for, I think, a few more months. I believe it'll be in the summer when they start doing their trials. But this really disrupts the whole mobile e-commerce. And the thing with NFC is it's a contactless. You know, it's really touch and save, or that's the tagline that they're doing. Where so in conjunction